Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton. That's Jacob Minton over there, and it's a huge day.
It's a very huge day.
It's a very huge day, man. We are pretty pumped about this. Why are we pumped about this?
Well, I set some of this up yesterday.
Yeah?
Just to get all the clips sorted and stuff. So I know a lot of what's in here. I didn't watch all of them all the way through. But basically, we've got clips that people on Patreon submitted to us.
Yeah.
Through what we're calling Town Square.
That's right.
If you are any level on Patreon, you can submit a clip to us throughout the month, and then we will have one of these episodes where we sit here and watch it.
It's all of these amazing humans right here.
Yes, it is.
All these people that help us make decisions, help us pick reads, help us keep the lights on, help the things going in the channel, all the way up to submitting and sending in their own content for the channel. If you have any interest in joining this amazing, illustrious group, right down there in the description box is our Patreon page, as well as, a growing list of social media outlets, right?
Yeah.
TikTok and Twitter, and you check it out. We're all over the place now.
A lot of it is just clips. So
a lot of it's just clips, but it's still fun. But hey, the main thing we do is right here on the channel.
Absolutely.
And we could not be more excited to open up, to let our channel be taken over, and open it up to this amazing community. And I can't wait to see what they sent in. I haven't seen any. I haven't seen this at all.
Yeah, I know.
So this is I'm seeing this for the first time.
I've only seen beginnings of some. I haven't watched any of them all the way through.
Well, let's get going.
Let's do it.
I don't want to wait anymore.
Okay then.
Okay, and here's the scary part. I have the controls.
The scary part is you're having trouble putting your headphones on.
And I have control. I can't even put on headphones, and I have control.
You do have control. Maybe I should have taken the mouse.
Yeah, you probably should have.
It's too late
Okay,
now.
so let's see what happens.
Okay, here comes the difficulty, right? It's the tripod. All right, it's real Darth Revan lightsaber. So we're going to get into this real quick. 2 minutes is going to be a challenge. Oh, okay. Bear with me. All right, I have in front of me two of the most fantastic modern sci-fi epics to date. We have Christopher Rocchio's Sun Eater. This is the fourth book, Kingdoms of Death. We have Pierce Brown's Red Rising series, Golden Sun, the second book in his series. We're shaking the tripod. Let's call it Town Hall in session, right? Because people today, too much, are comparing these two and saying one's better than the other, while two are vastly different to me.
Yes.
I think your character of Hadrian Marlowe in the first person is done superbly well over here. I think your character of Darrow is done superbly well over here. Again, I'm only admittedly 3 books in on this puppy. I'm reading Ashes of Man right now. I had finished Kingdoms of Death earlier this month, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through Ashes of Man. These are both fantastic sci-fi series. We're talking modern epics, changing the way that people should be reading. And I say should be, that's kind of incorrect. But when you're talking about story, the scope of both of these is absolutely fantastic. You can't really beat it today in modern sci-fi when you're referring to sci-fi fantasy specifically. I think at different points in my life, I might have liked one better than the other. Currently being 29 years old, I'm enjoying Sun Eater. I'm along for the ride here with Sun Eater, with Golden Sun and Morning Star and Red Rising, and I'm excited to see where they're going. But just the journey that Hadrian Marlowe goes through and the arc and the scope of his character grips me. And Darrow and Pierce Brown specifically does an excellent job with his side characters. They grip you. Both authors pace really well. Both authors do what they're set out to do at expert levels if you're asking a non-expert. And that's the town hall meeting, folks.
Okay, here's my problem with this. They're gonna drive this channel. They don't need us.
No, they don't.
They're gonna drive our jobs right into the ditch. We forget it.
Well, I think that was the idea, right? Bring people on and everyone can talk. And now we're realizing that everyone can talk instead of us.
Yeah.
Well, really, instead of you.
Well, that's amazing. That was awesome.
That was Chance Berger, by the way.
Chance Berger. Should we put names up when?
No, I'll edit names in.
Okay,
so
yeah,
everyone's
awesome,
name
awesome.
will be up.
Yeah, okay, cool. So let's go for the others. You know what, Chance? I think when you get a little bit further into Red Rising, as these characters get older, they really get to be head-to-head competition of which is going to edge out the other. So I can't wait to check in with him later. Okay, we're moving forward.
Hello, Talking Story. This is Heidi, and I just wanted to show you a plaque I got that's Lord of the Rings related. After listening to the Andy Serkis audiobooks, I decided I wanted to get something to remind me of the great experience I had listening to Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So I bought this off of Etsy. So I just think it's perfect for my kitchen. Now serving breakfast, second breakfast, 11Z's, luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, and supper. Bye.
This is so cool.
That's awesome. Obviously, that was Heidi.
That was Heidi, and it's like we get to visit almost with these. This is as close as we can get to visit with these people.
Yeah, it's really cool.
This is the best.
What's up, John and Jacob and everybody out there at Talking Story? My name's Jake. I don't really know how else to introduce this. This is my first time, so I'm just going to jump in. But, man, ever since hearing John just gush about Howling Dark, was it last month or the month before? I've been so excited to read it. I loved Empire of Silence, and I heard that this one gets so much better. This gets so much better. I cannot say enough good things about this book. You can see a bunch of the stuff I've read behind me, right? Dune, Cosmere, Wheel of Time, Malazan, Red Rising, all this stuff, Faithful and the Fallen. This is one of my favorite books that I have ever read in my entire life. Okay, this is just unbelievably good. The atmosphere that Rockio has achieved in this book is unbelievably real and tangible. The dread and the fear and the awe and the just sense of alienness that is out there in this in these worlds, in between the worlds, and everything that's happening is incredible. The alien and the otherness is so stark and so different from the humans, but it still comes back to the individual level, and it's not this big esoteric thing the whole time. There's some of that there, but there's also a lot of very grounded, very character-driven things on all sides of everything that's happening. So I cannot recommend this book enough. Sun Eater is becoming one of my favorite series of all time already. I'm only 2 books in, and I cannot wait to read more, and I can't wait to hear John and everyone else out there talk about what they think of the next books in the series.
Okay, straight off, Jake, I'm having serious shelf envy.
Yeah, I was about to say, first of all, that is Jake Remmert. Second of all, those shelves are awesome.
I mean,
those are nice shelves.
That makes me feel, first, I mean, these people are so good.
Yeah.
Like, they have it's great taste. Yeah. They don't need,
I was going to say, I love seeing how many people are talking about Rockio.
Yeah, absolutely. It is so cool. This is the best. Okay, we're moving on.
Nice Dragon Ball hoodie, too, by the way.
Yeah, come on. Represent Dragon Ball. Not that I'm a huge fan. What am I saying?
I don't know.
Hello, Talking Story. This is the best 3 seconds in all of fantasy.
It wouldn't come down, but it came jumping when she cried a certain rhyme to it. Next day, herding the long-haired goats on the meadows of Highfall, Dooney shouted to them the words he had heard, not knowing their use or meaning or what kind of words they were. Nothjaf Malkan, Yolkan Malkan. He yelled the rhyme aloud, and the goats came to him. They came very quickly, all of them together, not making any sound, and they looked at him.
Well, that was Harlan Ellison reading The Wizard of Earthsea, and it started off with Ursula Le Guin, and then he just jumps right in when the character says the magic words. Can you get anything better than that? I don't think so. Bye.
I thought you would appreciate that one because of Harlan.
Wow, that hits me a little hard. You know, you can say, and people say a lot of things about Harlan Ellison. Genius, probably undisputable. Cantankerous. I mean, if you got between him and who he loved or what he loved, the fangs would come out for absolute sure. And he had some fangs, but he was such a ham. He loved to be on at signings. He loved to be on. Like he loved performing. I just love that. I miss you, Harlan. I'm gonna raise some fine Irish to you tonight. Let's see what we got coming up.
Fool's Errand is one of my favorite books of all time already. And maybe that's recency bias, but every couple of hours I'll think of something about this book and just it improves in my eyes. It just keeps getting better and better in hindsight and in so many different ways because of how the characters are handled. I found myself attached to every single character in 10, 20 pages. Even though, yes, we're coming back to this world and we're seeing characters that we've already seen, but like years and years into the future, and it's wonderful to see what happened in it. Hobb is the only author that can do nothing, and I will be on board every second of the way. There were 200-300 pages where the plot pretty much didn't progress, and I was enthralled. Yes, I kind of wanted that next thing to happen, but that's all right. I was enjoying the ride so much that I was so happy. This book tackles some themes of persecution, how persecution can affect the persecutors and the people who are being persecuted. It is such a wonderful way of tackling the subject, but it also handles some things like living in the now. I think animals, you can see on the cover, have such a great time at living in the now, thinking in now, in the present. We humans have a terrible time doing that. But in this book, we think about it and we see it, and it's so beautiful the way we are shown how animals think. I think Hobb has nailed exactly how cats think, how dogs think. She's brilliant. And all about these characters going through such a slow journey and growing to be attached to each other. I was enthralled.
Wow. Okay, who is that?
That was Combative Robo Guy. He put his real name in the email that he sent to us, but I don't know if he wants that out there, so I'm not going to say. Yeah.
And just in case he doesn't, let's not. I don't want to. I mean, Combative Robo. This is so cool. I talk to these people so much in comments, and to hear their voice or see their face, the voice in that point, they don't need us at all.
No. Have you read that Robin Hobb?
I have not read Robin Hobb, and I've never heard it described that way. The way she writes animals and the in the now zen quality of them, like that, just makes me want to grab those books even more. Like this is the best thing we've ever done.
When are you getting to Robin Hobb?
Hopefully this year. Hopefully this year.
By a side note, that copy of Call of the Wild he had at the top of the shelf, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, I did.
And the Peter Pan one too.
I had some envy of both of those up top.
So, my first post with our town hall, I just want to say I'm glad to be a part of this talking story thing. I got in the mail just today my talking story sticker and my bookmark, and this is going right in my current book, which is Empire of Silence. Very loving that book. But for this town hall, I wanted to talk about the book I last finished, and that is The Spear Cuts Through Water. Wow, what a read this is. It is fantastic in all of the weirdest ways. The prose is so beautiful. It goes in first person, second person, and third person, but it all works fantastically. It has like wushu vibes. It's got visceral combat in it when it happens, but it is a love story. It also feels a lot like Stardust with the plot. I won't go into too much on that, but it also gives a Princess Vibes movie vibe where it's, someone having a story told to them, but then also in the story as well. If you're going to read one thing this year, pick this up. You're going to be weirded out a little bit with the prose, but it's totally 100% worth it. This is a must-read book, The Spear Cuts Through Water, or as I like to call it, the pointy stick book.
The pointy stick book. Who is that?
That was Andrew Downing.
Andrew Downing. Oh, God, it's so amazing to see faces to these people I've been talking to forever.
Also, we were covering up his shelves a little bit, but he's got the 3 Brian Lee Durfee books on there, Will of the Many, and... let me see. What else has he got? Tainted Cup. The Honest Metal by Brandon Sanderson, Berserker. That was about all he had on that lower shelf.
Spear Cuts Through Water is on my stack. I was going to get to it before Vanished Birds, but now I'm in a buddy read, so Vanished Birds is going to come first. But I mean, these people can sell a book, man. I want to run out and pick up all these books like right now.
Spear Cuts Through Water is on the Patreon read wheel. It could be next month.
Hey, I could pick. It could be a full Simon Jimenez month if that wins, and I have to read Vanished Birds for the buddy read. I would be cool with that.
I would love to read it, but
Well, we all know how that's
we all
going
know
to
that's
go.
not going to happen.
Yeah, we all know how that's going to go. Wow, this is the coolest thing. By us giving up the channel is the coolest thing we've ever done. Let's see what we got coming up.
Who needs romantasy when you can just read Robin Hobb?
Then Kenneth's voice spoke softly by her left ear. Despite the storm, he did not shout. His low voice was little more than a whisper. It's easy, really. Lift your eyes. Look ahead. Now feel the ship through the wheel. There. Loosen your hands. You will never be able to react if you throttle the wood so. There. Now you can feel her. She speaks to you, does she not? Who is this, she wonders? Who is this light new touch on the helm? So hold her steady and reassure her. Now then, ease her over a bit, just a bit, not too much, and hold her steady there. It was his lover's voice he spoke with, small and breathless, warm with encouragement.
I mean, Heidi's going to get me into audiobooks one way or another. Yeah. No matter what it takes. That was downright sensual.
That was a little steamy.
That was a little steamy. That was a little racy. I had to squirm in my seat a little bit.
I saw you. It made me a little uncomfortable.
Let's see what we got coming up.
What is going on, John? This is Josh with an inappropriate time for a book recommendation. I'm stuck at work on a Zoom meeting that I do not want to listen to. So I thought that I would recommend to you Sea of Rust by C. Robert Cargill. Yeah. I actually first heard about this from Andrew over at Andrew's Wizardly Reads. He highly recommended it, so I checked it out. This is a post-apocalyptic story in the not-too-distant future where AI and man have gone to war, and AI won. And since AI has won, they wiped out all of humanity, and the last man died about 30 years prior. And he goes into the war, talks about how they wiped out humanity, which is pretty terrifying because it's not very difficult and it's pretty realistic. And then we follow the story of a robot that's trying to figure out how to survive afterwards. It's a combination of iRobot meets Mad Max. I highly recommend it. So go check it out. And I will be back next month for another inappropriate time for a book recommendation. See you guys later.
Okay, that's the coolest.
That's awesome.
That's the coolest.
I love
the
that you
meeting
can-
is actually, they were moving on the screen.
I love that you
meeting-
can hear people talking on
You
the Zoom
can hear
call.
people talking. Like, that was the absolute best. Like,
Also, iRobot mixed with Mad Max sounds incredible.
I mean, that's like the best elevator pitch ever.
Absolutely.
Now, I saw the same Andrew, like I immediately put that on my wish list as soon as I saw Andrew talk about it. But it's like, that is great. Who was that?
That was Josh O'Brien.
Josh O'Brien. Oh, Josh! Josh has sent us the Dan Wells books.
Oh, that was Josh?
Yeah.
Man, he was quick on that.
He was
the day after you finished the first
after
one.
I finished the first one, like book 2 was in my hands. Like, it was crazy. Oh, this is like the closest thing we can have to a party with everyone in the room, right? Yeah. This is super cool.
So we have one more.
Okay.
It's from Heidi.
Heidi's a busy lady.
There is a reason I'm explaining it to you up front because
Okay.
it will not be clear who it's from.
Okay.
But she wanted this in the video.
Okay. Well, now I'm seriously intrigued.
Warp drive, Mr. Scott.
That was it.
And that was it. What a great way to end.
I thought that'd be a nice ending.
That is the best. We're going.
Don't do it again. Stop it.
No, BookTube channel.
Mom's gonna put it on TikTok again.
We have opened up the channel, and you did not let us down.
This is
This is
awesome.
amazing. This was absolutely amazing.
I loved this.
This was the best. I tell you what, this, guys, I'm in here on a morning on my day off, and this has absolutely made my day. Like, this has absolutely made my day. I can't believe anyone watching this. If you want to be a part of this, check out our links below. Jump on board and be a part of this. This is month 1. This is just gonna blow up and explode and grow and grow and grow.
Yes.
I mean, this is the best. I love watching BookTube. I love watching all my favorite BookTubers. But to turn it around and get to watch all the people that we talk with all the time, wow, guys, you guys are good.
Oh, and if you were already a patron and didn't know that this was a thing, it might have gotten lost in one of our earlier posts on Patreon.
Sure.
It's just an email address. I'll be reposting it on Patreon every month so everyone can see where to go.
And it's easy to submit. We had a lot of Patreons that didn't submit. So please, we would love more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think after this, it's going to do nothing but grow and grow.
I hope so. It was really fun.
This is way exciting.
I'm excited for Inappropriate Time for a book recommendation.
Look, we already have like a recurring segment.
Yeah.
Like that is the absolute coolest.
Well, Josh has a recurring segment. Not
Josh,
us.
I mean, I'm telling you. They're going to take over this channel and drive us right in the ditch.
They probably should.
We should have pink slips by the end of the day.
I think we will.
Yeah.
I'll write them up myself.
There's going to be, it's like that moment, there's a note in our locker to see the trainer because our services aren't required here on the team anymore.
That's a little more sportsy than my experience is.
Well, you are the great endorsement, so I recognize that. But guys, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. It was so touching because you know me and you know what to recommend, not only to me, but to everyone. And I got to put faces to people I've been conversing with. This was just the absolute best. Jacob, thank you for putting all this together.
Oh, absolutely. It was amazing to put it together.
This was, I don't know how much work it was, but I mean, this was great. I absolutely adored this. I know everyone watching BookTube out there loved this as well when we turn the camera around for Town Square, and we make BookTube a two-way street. We open it up. We open up YouTube for a Town Square here in BookTube on Talking Story, and I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. That was the coolest. And if you're buzzing too, hey, right down there, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you are buzzing. And while you're down there, boop, hit that subscribe. If this is your first time stopping by, like this just sounded like an interesting thing, like Town Square, what is that? And you stop by the channel, hey, hit that subscribe so you can come by again and again and hang out and talk books with us. I'm floored.
I haven't seen you this flustered in a long time.
I'm absolutely floored. That touched me. It moved me to want to read. Everything BookTube is supposed to do, that did.
Yeah.
And I just can't tell you how much I absolutely loved every second of that.
That's cool.
That was special to me. I'm carrying this with me for a long time.
And we do it every month.
And we do it once a month. Once a month, Town Square happens here on Talking Story. Guys, if you sent something into us, if you watched what people sent into us, you are book people. And if you are book people in my book, that makes you the best people. My name is John Minton. I'm going to try and recover some of my senses to get through the day. That is...
Heidi.
No, you are not Heidi.
I could be Heidi.
I would like to be Heidi. Heidi's a very special lady.
No, I know.
I would like to be Heidi. I don't think
you
could be Heidi.
I wish I was.
I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go changing.
Yeah, if you say so.
All right. Thank you so much. My name is John Minton, and this has been Talking Story.